I'll tweet. I'm going to tweet the picture of upstairs.
Okay. So yeah, what happened was we heard the song obviously at the same time as the listeners did, because we normally play our pick of the week about 8:30, and yesterday we said, the script single's coming on Monday. Let's keep the slot free for them. So he does this with every song. He reckons will.i.am's song "This Is Love" sounds like Cutting Crew. I just died in your arms tonight.
I know. I do agree with him to some degree. They told me about the rock step, but when I hear a song, I get this weird buzz off another person's song. I can say it sounds a bit like that, and it's like no. Doesn't actually sound anything like that at all.
I think
so I know where he's going.
So this is album number 3. Is it bad?
It's a bit nuts to have the third album out, but we decided to call it number 3 because if there's any time we were going to do it was now. Just being 3 of us, the third album. So it was just a bit mad to even get to this stage. Still feeling like we're employed now, just waiting for someone to sack us.
I don't think it's going to happen.
Hope not.
So on the second album, what I liked was you guys had used the hands of, was it your parents?
Yeah, we kind of, our parents was on the back of the cover. It was actually hands holding my mom who passed away and Danny's dad who passed away. That was on the back cover. But we actually just got a number of hands just to kind of say what we thought was better for a cover rather than going with a picture of our ugly mugs.
Yeah. So, but it was a lovely touch. Have you done anything like that for this album?
Yeah, this album was really weird because we really struggled. It's like you're struggling to name the album. And honestly, the first thing you have to do is obviously produce and write the album, because we do everything ourselves, literally produce and write every single song. And it's like, you're so close to it, you're coming up with all these bizarre titles. But just suddenly we realised that the studio we'd been recording the whole time, the Studio 3. So we thought, all right, that's a bit weird. And then being 3 in the band, our third album, we just thought, F this, let's just go with number 3. And let people kind of hear the music and let the music speak for itself. I loved it. The album, it's been really good to do, man. We really come in and spent 6 months hacking away at it and come up with 12 really cool original songs that we feel it says a lot about the band, and we feel it's a nice courage and a nice move for us to come out with this record,
What we also did before we got the first song yesterday, we said, I wonder is there any drink references in it, because we spoke to Danny just before he started doing the voice, and the album was just being talked about then, and we said, listen, what's the story with all the drink references? So there's none on this song, the first one.
No, on that one there is. But the second single is about it's about a bar, yeah. Okay. The whole song. Yeah, don't worry, we won't let anyone down. It's something we're expert in, so you're right about the things,
Yeah, it's true. Is there a few breakups along the way as well?
Well, this is, what not a lot of people knew. Well, everyone was speculating on Danny on The Voice and why he was all over the place at times. He was literally going through a massive breakup, and he didn't want to say on to anybody, because usually the press just jump all over that and get it wrong anyway, and of course they did anyway and got it wrong anyway. So we just kept it under wraps till we got this album done. But yeah, it's been a massive one. As usual, these songs for us are always something that we run to and just kind of pen down our thoughts, and just it's like a punchback for us, the music.
So did you actually have to make room on the album for Danny to add in some more songs when he was feeling like this, or?
No, it was just the writing process between me and Danny is the same since we started writing in James Street all those years ago. It's just the two of us come in, it's almost like it's serious competition, to be honest. I kind of set a template of music down sometimes, or lyrics, and then he really comes in. I'd like to say he thinks it's good, and then he tries to better it, but he actually gets really pissed off because it's so competitive between the both of us that he'll get pissed off if I write a better song than him, and vice versa, So it's always a little bit like that. It's just that it's always a staring match in that sense. And
what does Glenn have to do? Break his up?
Yeah, poor Glenn, the drummer in the middle. God help me. I do feel sorry for Glenn times, because it's me and Dan are like cat and dog most days. But inside music, it just seems to be the one place we agree on everything. And no, we never have to make room for Ant. It's a very, very natural process in that way. We really support each other musically,
Right. And you said every time there's an album coming out, you generally have a baby. Is there any more news you want to give us on that?
No, I'm good this time.
Okay.
What happened was the last time, I think I only was having sex in November, and every baby was coming in August. And then I tried to triangulate that, and I realised that that's when you get off tour for the first time. So obviously, that's what happened. I am a dog and heat, so I avoided it this year.
Okay.
I just decided to cut it off for 1 year and just focus on the music being the baby this time.
Let the album do the talking. Is it true that will.i.am actually wanted the first single for his own album, and did you have to?
Yeah, it's very true. I mean, he when he heard it, Danny was just playing on a piano down The Voice, and Will's he's a funny guy in the sense that he's if you're not in his line of sight, you're not in his mind. Do you know what I mean? He's just an extremely busy lad. And he came up and saw Danny just chilling at the piano. I was like, I want that. And Dan's like, you can't have it. And there's a big fight over that. So I'm coming out to The Voice about 2 or 3 weeks later. And he says, I believe you're the guy that wrote this song with Danny. I was like, yeah. And he goes, I want your song. And I went, cool. And he goes, look, Danny. He said, yeah. And I said, I didn't finish up. I said, as long as you're on the song with you. So he says, oh, that. So he wasn't really into that at the time, because he's one of those guys who just wants to consume it himself. And then over the time, and over getting to know him over time, there's no joke, Danny literally got him in a headlock, put him in the cab, and we head to the hotel, because he said he was going to do it, and then I just meet him at the hotel where he had a studio. So we went in there and we recorded a song with him in his hotel room in about 20 or 30 minutes just to get his vocals. I honest to God, I felt like it was a smash and grab. I really felt like I was at the Robin Will.I.Am. I ran out of that place with a hard drive in my bag with his vocals on it, like I just robbed the bank. Do you know what I mean? I swear to God, it was straight to the bar, and I went, thank God. I mean, we were months trying to get the guy on it.
Did he want to change anything on it, or was he happy enough with it? Or
he was happy enough with it. He actually added a really cool part that I happen to think guitar solos are a little bit dated, and I'd never even do them. I just don't like them. I for the first time I couldn't help myself. I had a little bit of a play of a solo just after the chorus, and then when he heard it, he sang that Champions bit where it goes, champions, you can be champions, and he sang that over. So I was like, nice. Not only did he kill my cheesy solo, he added a cool part. So yeah, that was the part he had. The rest of the lyrics he just left the same.
Yeah, well, that's nice that he wouldn't want to touch it. And we've all kind of seen he's a little bit addicted to Twitter and stuff on TV. How did you get him to put the phone down for 20 minutes? Was that hard?
I know, what's mad is, like, he seems to be on the phone all the time, but he doesn't answer a phone call. Unbelievable. I know you're on the phone. Everyone knows you're on the phone.
What's he doing? Is he playing Snake, or what's he at?
I don't know what he's at. I think he deals with an awful lot of artists, an awful lot of business, and the guy, I swear to God, I think he plugs himself in at night. You know, he's always writing music. It's just astounding the amount of music that he puts out, or he's always up to something within his business that is very much so all to do with benefiting and forwarding his career a little bit.
Are there any more acts like that on the album, or is it just you guys for the rest of the tracks?
Yeah, just us guys. We always struggle with the idea of a feature. And we never really wanted to be the band that, oh yeah, let's get a rapper on a song, and then suddenly, oh, he's on the song and he just did the middle eight. It's like, that really annoys me. Or, you know, we're singing the chorus, he's rapping all the verses. So we're like, let's do it duet style if we can, so we do something different. If we're going to do a feature, let's literally do a duet. So Danny sings a line, he sings a line, you know. And originally I was singing those lines, but then Will come in and just took over my parts, and then suddenly it ended up being Will and Danny, which sounds really, really cool to me. It's just a cool duet, you know.
Is it weird hearing someone else singing your lines, or are you okay with that?
Yeah, it's mad, because I was just saying to him, we're actually shooting a video with him in LA, and the hardest part for me is when he did his lines, obviously with his accent, I had to then relay some of his background vocals so that I could thicken his vocals up a little bit.
Right.
And the hardest thing was my accent versus his accent, trying to sound like we were singing together, you know.
Why didn't you get him to start talking like a dub?
Yeah, I was trying to teach him that Dublinese thing.
I'd like to hear him doing that, actually. Right, well, look, there's a little bit of time to wait. It's out. The single is out on the 31st of August. The album then a week later on the 7th. Because I know every time we play it here on FM 104, we're getting tweets from fans because they can't get their hands on it yet. So I think that's... I like that, actually, because I prefer when singles come out a little while before they're actually released. Do you prefer that, or do you like them being available to everyone straight away?
Well, I like it. I'm kind of traditional in the sense that I still love CD covers, artwork. I still love the exciting feel of if you do like a band, the buzz of having to wait. So yeah, that's what we do. Like, I like putting it is a big risk though, putting your song out early, because either way, once it ends up online, everyone can grab a YouTube version of it or something. So you do run the risk of damaging your sales a little bit. But at the same time, we're trying to be about music, and hopefully what we're doing is guiding people and pointing people towards what we feel is a really strong album. So we thought putting out early, letting people know that we're not dead in the water, we haven't gone off the radar. We thought we have new music coming, so we thought going early with it was a real cool thing.
Have you any plans to gig with this album back here before end of the year? Or?
Yeah, well, as usual for Ireland, we're always very nervous. We like to leave Ireland to last, because often we find with Irish bands, they start off in Ireland, they go around the world, and then kind of you're only cutting your teeth when you're on your first tour, because usually you're better towards the end of your tour. So we're going to do a couple of small shows. We're going to do 2 small shows, one in Manchester, one in London, and one in Dublin. just kind of for low-key fans and industry. And then we're hopefully going to be putting on next year's tour sales for Ireland and come back and then rock it out there. But we're going to head out to America for the whole month of October, September, October, and just try our best to get that tour out of the way and then come straight back to Ireland and just knock it out. Yeah.
Well, Will.i.am will definitely help you with the American market, won't he?
Yeah, he really will. Hopefully, I mean, you know, it's a funny one because he's been so big over there for years. He's now just branched into a bit of a stable guy for everybody because not only is now Black Eyed Peas, he's now a thing on his own. So yeah, hopefully it'll help us a little bit over there. That'll be really good for us. Places like France, places like Germany, we're not huge in those territories either. Yeah. It'd be nice to see where we get a little leg up in those areas.
Well, it sounds like you jumping off those vocals was a good business move, so.
Yeah, we'll see.
Right, well, it's always great to talk to you. Come here, what are you going to say to Jim on Twitter?
It must have been love, but it's over now. I don't know. Maybe that. Okay, and a picture of him glued onto the guitarist at Roxette.
Ask Jim Nugent is his Twitter name if you want to.
Yeah, I did see it earlier on, so I'll have a little look.
We'll get people to keep an eye on this account. Right, Mark, best of luck with the album coming out, and hopefully...
Thanks, mate. Thanks for your support. Seriously.
See you around town before then.
Excellent, bro. See you then.
All the best. See ya. Bye.
FM 104's Strawberry Alarm Clock.
Your mom.
With Jim and